Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Young Sheldon. This is the third episode of the 5th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for the link in the description below. Just click on it, put a password in, and enjoy. So we've seen the start of the season. George had a heart attack. He was in the bar with Brenda, the continuation of from season 4. She offered him to come round to the house. He didn't refuse, he didn't accept. He just panicked, had a heart attack, gone to the hospital. Been acting all weird since that situation. Brenda has also, she was invited round in the first episode for some food at the Coopers. She rejected that. George has gone round. They had a little bit of connection again. Then last episode, Connie met Brenda in the supermarket. She was saying, thank God you was there. Oh, no, yeah, there was lots of people there. He wasn't there with me. He was there with everybody. She was like, mate, this is sus. This conversation is like strange, mate. She's acting out of character. She's gone and asked George the same thing. Sensed a bit of strangeness going on with him, a little bit of out of character. So she's done a little bit of digging. She's gone to the bar. She's asked the bartender. He said that nothing was going on. Who then rang George, who then confronted her, which then is, personally, in my opinion, raises suspicion even more. Why would you go to the bar and ask a question? Was he here with anybody? To then the bartender to ring George for him to go over and confront her about it. It's obviously drawing eyes to the situation. We also seen the church as well get a new recruit, a new person working there. Can't remember his name, but it's it's for Sunday school. Pastor Jeff usually does it, but he wanted to bring in some young blood, and end up being Travis, actually, from Cougar Town, if you've ever seen it before. I actually really liked him in there. Liked his dad Bobby as well. It was a good show, actually, with Monica Geller. What's her name now? I literally forgot what she's called in real life. Courtney Cox. I give it a chance because of that, and I enjoyed it. Same way I give like chances of these, stuff that you don't really, you would never watch or consider without, giving things a chance through recommendations or somebody. I stuck that show on because I just knew her, and I was like, wonder what this is like. And I enjoyed it, and I only ever would have watched this program because you guys recommended The Big Bang Theory. I would have never clicked on that myself. Do you know what I mean? So it's interesting. And to be honest, he was making Sheldon a bit more interested in Sunday school, and he kept Missy on the right path as well, because she was kind of questioning God and she was going to stop going as well. So it was interesting stuff, and I really, I'm excited to see if he's in it a little bit more, because his opinions definitely differ to Mary's. Thanks for checking out today's episode, though. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
In physics, potential energy is a fascinating topic. Springs store energy when they're coiled. Would you look at me go? While the potential energy of an object can be measured in absolutes, people seem to have all the potential in the world, but for some reason stay stuck to the ground.
How could you be happy? You have a doctorate in physics and you're sticking labels to a case of beans.
I had to work here a month before they let me use this thing. Tangible accomplishments, and I get to listen to relaxing top 40 music. All out of love, I'm so lost without you.
It's a tune, that, isn't it?
What are things you and Darlene do when, you go out on a date?
Oh, all kinds of stuff. But it doesn't matter what we do as long as we're together. There's a roundabout, a roller rink. They have cool lights and the DJ. It's like a disco. It doesn't matter where you go. She's just gonna be happy you're trying.
I think that's true, actually.
I was sitting in algebra and realized, don't know what X is, don't care what X is.
I hear X and I think of a woman who took half my stuff.
Like school?
Hated it. I quit and I joined the army.
At least you made it out alive.
Oh, then I got married. Made me kind of miss getting shot at.
I need your help.
Why are you in my car?
I was waiting outside, but then an angry squirrel forced me to seek shelter. I'm hoping you could talk some sense into him.
Sheldon, he's a grown man. Perhaps in a little apron with a name tag is how I'm picturing it. Would you spend more time with him and therefore less time with me?
I suppose so. Why?
No reason.
Hello, Grant. What brings you here?
Well, I'm here to convince you to come back to the university. Sure, some paths of research may not pan out, but we still have to try, right?
Einstein spent the last 30 years of his life on the grand unified field theory and got nowhere. Sure, accomplishments occurred when he was a young man, which you and I most certainly are not. Would you like to give these cucumbers a spritz?
The thing is, I've said it once and I'll say it again. Yeah. He has spent 50 years doing his theoretical science. He is an old man now, and that's not offensive to say. He is an old man. And he is not wasting his PhD. Now he's doing something that's nice and simple and content and brings joy to him. It's not a waste. If he was 18, he left school, went to university, got his degree, and then spent 2 years doing science and then ended up working in the grocery store, you could say you have wasted that degree. What is the point? You're supposed to be a physicist. Why are you here? But John has been a physicist for 50 years. And he's old enough to retire. See you later, alligator. Not working ever again. But he probably gets bored at being at home every day. So he's doing something nice and simple, not for the money, just to keep him active and out the house and enjoy himself. And he's content in that. He's probably going to spin it so he ends up being a teacher again. But what I'm saying is I see no issue with that at all, what he's doing right now.
You wanted to see me?
Actually, I wanted to see you yesterday, but you weren't in school. You sure you didn't get a girl in trouble?
My boss has been letting me pick up some extra hours.
You just can't ditch school.
It's not like I'm going to college.
Son, a diploma's important. Father know about this?
No,
Don't you think you should tell him?
I don't really want to.
Oh no, are we going to church?
No, your father and I have a date night.
Why? Don't you have enough kids?
What the hell's wrong with
What
you?
is going on?
He's dropping out of school.
What? Oh, no, you're not.
It's not a big deal.
You better believe it's a big deal. It's my house. If you don't go to school, you can't live here.
It is my house, too.
Oh, really?
Yes, really. Is Dale here?
Yeah, what's up?
I would like to have a word with him.
Oh, he was just complaining about school, and I told him I dropped out.
Dale, you know that he looks up to you,
He does, doesn't he?
which is why you need to tell him that he is making a big mistake.
I don't think I can do that. I did it. Worked out fine.
So you are fine with your grandson throwing his life away.
Those fishing rods provided a nice life for me and my family.
Really took his side?
I don't want to talk about that.
I thought you two had date night.
I don't want to talk about that either.
Why was the pirate worried that his shoes were less than H? Because he had to walk the Planck. Because Max Planck is a famous physicist who discovered a constant which is represented by H. And then if Georgie's kicked out, can I have his room?
That's exactly what I was afraid of.
What do you want me to do about it?
I would encourage you to love and nurture the one child you have who's destined for success.
Before this goes into this, yeah, I think it's a bit stupid, if I'm being totally honest, that you could drop out of high school. Like, because, hear me out, this is just my reasoning, yeah. When you go to high school in the UK, you are under your parents' kind of say, if that makes sense. So, we do high school up until 16. When you finish 16, you can leave. Then you're out into the big bright world. You could go to college, you could go to university, you could get a job, you could move out, you could do whatevers, yeah? But if I was 15 in high school, for example, and I decided I wanted to drop out, it can't happen. The only way that can happen is if I just physically don't go there myself. You just can't drop out. And I can't go and start a life. I can't get a job full time. I can't move out the house. Do you know what I mean? Like, a 15-year-old here cannot physically move out the house and go live somewhere else. It can't happen. Like, I mean, you can get fostered, go into care, but, like, you can't physically be an adult. That's what I'm trying to say. Because you're in high school. I understand that I'm saying that we're 16, and in the US you go to 18. So, like, they stop at 16 as well, which means that the final 2 years, 17 and 18, you're an adult and you could choose your own decision. But I don't think that's true. It should be high school, you're under your parents' say. It shouldn't be up until 16, you could do high school. All the way to 16, don't like it, leave. I'm an adult now. It's like, mate, you're still in school. It's when you leave school, you become an adult. So whether your school lasts until you're 16, 18, 21, 30, whatever, it's like, that's your time where you got no say. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if he wants to drop out, he can't. He shouldn't be allowed to. They should say no. It's just like Euphoria. Maddie. I can't remember now. It's been ages. But, like, her parents wanted to press charges against the boyfriend for attacking her, assaulting her, sexual abusing her or something. I can't remember, something along those lines. And she was like, no police involved, no police involved, no police involved. He didn't do it. And they was like, yeah, but we're your parents. It's our say, not your say. And that's an extreme case of it. But you're in high school, and until you leave high school, it all should be your parents' say, regardless of whether you leave at 16 or 18, in my opinion.
Well, it's for you.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking I should have went home after your wife left. I don't want to come between you and your family.
Too late.
Listen, I know you're upset, but the person you ought to be yelling at is Georgie.
Oh, I'm dating a dropout?
No, you're dating a guy with a full-time job. I thought you'd be more supportive.
And I thought we were gonna be seniors together. Homecoming court, prom king and queen. Voted most likely to stay together forever.
As a working man, I shouldn't be dating a girl in high school anyway. It's immature.
Dr. Linklater, Sheldon Cooper. I haven't heard back from you. I hope everything went well with Dr. Sturgis.
It all seems so important at the time, but is it?
Puts me in mind of Camus' The Myth of Sisyphus. Every day he rolled the rock up the mountain, and every day it rolled back down. Do you know Lollipop?
Lollipop, lollipop, ooh, lolly, lollipop, lollipop,
Lollipop, ooh, lolly, lollipop, 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 ooh, lolly, 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 lollipop.
Sorry I got riled up.
Don't worry about it.
Mary's over here all the time yelling about something.
This ain't your house.
Ain't yours either.
It's my house, and I get to say who stays and who goes.
Okay, well, I'll be going.
Oh, you're saying.
I do think Missy should stay in school.
You think everyone should stay in school?
Well, I understand why someone like Georgie would rather work, but if you drop out, I think you would regret it.
She married him because she was pregnant.
I can finish these up on my own.
Good. I have a date with Fresh Prince.
You're not being very grandmotherly right now. Where's the milk? Where's the cookies?
You believe this kid?
I could go for a cookie.
For God's sake.
Finally, the right house.
Mary, if we let Georgie stay here, we're just making this all too easy for him.
He's fine. He's staying at your mom.
Does she get off thinking that it's a good idea for him to drop out of school and then letting him live with her after he does it?
That's what I said.
You know who's at my place? No one. Wasn't an invite. It's just something I was looking forward to.
So how come you're here tonight? Were you too drunk to ride your bike home too?
My father's mad because I dropped out of school.
Ironic. Sheldon's upset because I'm not going back to the university.
You wouldn't believe the day I had. My dad kicked me out. My girlfriend broke up with me, and now I gotta find a second job. I saw you. Were you with some other guy?
Yes.
What happened to him?
What's happening? Can't sleep there.
You didn't happen to see a small, bald man around here, did you? Possibly singing Lollipop?
What?
Boom,
Boom,
boom.
boom, boom.
Like, on a real talk, though, why can't you sleep on that bench? Like, I understand maybe... But I actually don't understand it at all. If he was homeless, like, if you're just there, sleep the night and get up and get off, what is wrong with that? Like, it's like, you know what I've never understood? People who sleep in the cars and the police come and knock on and say, can't sleep here. Why? It's literally my car. It's parked in a parking spot. Why can't I sleep in it? I've got nowhere else to go. I'm not doing no harm to anybody. I'm actually, you know, keeping off the streets, trying to stay warm and safe in my own little environment. This is the only place I can go. Never understood it. I mean, I understand if people are having sex in the car or doing some stuff, but, like, not somebody is sleeping. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes somebody can afford a car, $1,000-$2,000, but they can't afford rent, $1,000-$2,000 per month. Do you know what I'm saying? And, like, you got to start somewhere. You could get a car and you could park it up on the street and you could sleep in there, get out, and hopefully try and find work the next day, go somewhere. Do you know what I mean? Do something, come back, sleep, get up. Like, it's small increments. I personally think if people are doing no harm to anybody, anywhere, you don't have to disrupt them. You actually don't. However, this situation with Georgie is tough because he's not going... even if he passes high school, like, he's not clever enough to get all the grades to go to university or college or whatever the US call it, and so he's just going to get his diploma, but it's not going to benefit him anyway, because in 1 year's time he's going to, like, I can see his side of it. In 1 year's time I'm going to be in the exact same position that I am now, but I've got a diploma, but it's not going to make any difference to my life. I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to go anywhere. It's not going to be any advantageous of it. Currently got a job now and I'm working hard and making money. I'd rather do that, and I get it. On the other side, the parent side, you've got 1 year left. Just do it. That's it. It's done. You got your diploma. And I don't think you should be able to drop out, like I previously stated, until you finish. Well, you could drop out of university and college, but you can't drop out of high school. I think that should be all parents' control up until that point. And I've got to commend Georgie, though. I've got to give it props and say he's got a good work ethic. He actually has a good work ethic. He wants to leave school to not be a bum. Don't want to sit on his ass and do nothing all day. He knows that he's not good enough to pass the exams, and he's not smart enough to attend the classes. But what he is good at is hard work at grafting, trying to make some money. And he wants to go out there and get a job, which in 2025, many bums sit around and do nothing and have to pay all their taxes and they get all the money for. Do you know what I mean? So I've got to commend him in that. People don't have that work ethic. However, I'm on his parents' side in the context of there's 1 year left, just do it, and then you're free to do whatever you want to do. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out my channel today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So, I mean, stuff's not going well for the Coopers, is it? You know, if you think of it. The first episode, we had the situation with George having a heart attack. The second episode, you know, Mary wanted to be working in the church, taking the Sunday school, and it got passed to somebody else. Third episode, we've had Georgie quit school, and then obviously a full-on bickering kick-out has occurred, and they were supposed to go on a date night. That didn't happen. And then when he was kind of agreeing with each other, he was loudly doing it, and the kids thought he was fighting. You know, the trying to plant seeds at the marriage is not amazing. You know, I pick up on it. You know, when they were stood there in the kitchen and she was basically talking about her being married to her dad, and you know, Missy turned around and said, "Wait, you only married dad not because of money, not because of love, because you was pregnant." Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a dig to them. And then it makes you think, yeah, are they actually in love? Or did they just stick around because they got kids? It's not great, is it? However, let's hope that they come out strong on the other side. And this is just a big phase because, you know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You know, Kelly Clarkson, she loves to say it, and it's true. And if you can go through the ups and the downs, you can come out on the other side, you are stronger in your relationship, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? A healthy relationship is one that have been through the ups and downs, and, you know, one that's plain sailing and chilling all the time is not the best. Because when you hit one snag in the road, how are you going to react? You've never been in that situation before. So, I mean, right now it's not looking great. However, there's always upwards progression. You know, it can't get any worse, you know. So, again, I'm interested with that. And it's good that John was back in the episode. I mean, they're still trying to find their purpose in life, again, so to speak, because Dr. Linkletter went over to speak to him to try and bring him back to the university, basically on the premise that if he comes back, that he don't have to see Sheldon as many times as he does, because he's there literally like 24/7 doing his head in. So he thought, you know what, if I get him back, then it's going to be much better and we're going to be chill, and, you know, he can spend time with him. They've had a conversations, got him reevaluating his life, you know, talking about Einstein. All his theories kind of happened when he was younger. Then, what did he do? Spend like 30 years looking after something, didn't really prove anything. They're at their age now. Is it really worth them going, pushing up the hill? You know what I mean? Like the rock rolling back down, pushing it back up again, it rolling back down. Do something else. And, you know, they ended up being in the park drinking, singing Lollipop, and it was quite funny. And, you know, respect to Dale as well. I mean, it was like a bit of a catalyst to why Georgie decided to drop out of college, but a school, high school, whatever. But he was just telling his truth. He was saying, yeah, I didn't do it, and, you know, I didn't complete it. I didn't get a diploma, but I've done all right. He wasn't insinuating that's the best thing to do. Just asked him a question and he give him his life lesson experience of it. And then when they come to say, what did you tell? He doubled down on it and said, mate, you know, I don't really think he's doing the best thing. I dropped out. I wasn't really going to get any grades. I wasn't going to get anything. I put my hard work into it. I've got a business. Yeah, where's that business left you? You know, you're divorced, kids don't live with you. Yeah, well, that's not because he wasn't successful. That's because he just had a crap personality, as per se. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's interesting. And I think Georgie will end up going back to school. I do think he will do. Not only that, he'll get his diploma, he'll please his parents, he'll go back home, and he'll probably get back with his girlfriend, potentially be prom king and queen. You know what I mean? So, interesting. Thanks for checking out today's episode, though. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like bell, helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.